Prophet, the Psychic, coming back at you again with another video. Okay, people, I've got this question from about 3 or 4 subscribers or viewers in the last 2 weeks, and I haven't really got around to answering the question. Okay, let me get to the point here. The question is, if the Djokovic gets his high level back, basically get back into the mix the way he was, who will it hurt the most in the future? Now, that's important because I've already answered the question in the past. Who will it hurt the most in the future between Federer and Nadal? Federer or Nadal? Now, now, like I said before, the question is not about who did it hurt the most in the past, and because I already answered that question, and I concluded, and most of y'all disagree with me, I said it was that he hurt Nadal more, because if Nadal would have been able to dominate the Djokovic during Nadal's peak, which was also the Djokovic peak, Nadal would have probably had 21 majors, 22. He would have already surpassed Federer. So basically, the reason I said it hurt Nadal the most is, and that's in the past now, is because Djokovic kept Nadal from really being the GOAT. Now, now Federer fans and even Nadal fans, not everybody, they said that they felt it hurt Federer the most, because they said that if Federer would have lost against the Djokovic 3 times, 2 times in the Wimbledon, 1 time in the US Open, they said that Federer will have like 23 majors now. Okay, that's true, but no, but listen. I took and responded to all those comments, and nobody came back, because I think that I won the argument there. Listen, people, if you hired the Djokovic and said that Djokovic, say back when Federer had 17 majors or something, right? You said to Djokovic, I want you to, you're going to be the guy that can stop Federer from being arguably the GOAT, okay? Arguably. We know it's a little doubt there, but arguably. We'll put arguably. Yo, listen, y'all will have to fire the Djokovic. He didn't stop Federer from getting 20. So that was my argument. So, but who he did stop? He stopped Nadal from being the GOAT. Right now, Nadal would have like 21. Can you imagine if Nadal would have dominated the Djokovic? Easily. Say if he would have dominated the Djokovic, and say Nadal, instead of the Djokovic being #1 for 5 years, imagine if Nadal was #1 for 5 years. 5 years between 2011 2016. So that was so in the past now, we finna get back to the future question with the Djokovic. In the past, my conclusion was that, and I just showed y'all, Djokovic hurt Nadal the worst. Federer got 20. He didn't stop Federer from getting 20. Like I said, if y'all hired the Djokovic to stop Federer, you would have to fire him, because he didn't stop Federer. Federer, some way, he still made it the 20 majors. And that's what's amazing about Federer's career, because Federer got some flaws in his career, like head-to-head stuff, but he still got so many achievements that he was able to still get that arguably the GOAT title. Okay, now let's get back to that question. Who does it hurt now if the Djokovic get back in the mix at that level that I've been telling y'all about? Who will it hurt the most? Will it hurt Federer the most or the Djokovic? We talk about the future now, okay? Say the next 3 or 4 years. Okay, see, people, it's hard. It's according to what words you use. Okay, if you say, whose career does it hurt the most? Okay, I would have to say Nadal, because when you say career, we talking about as far as you know, majors won and all that. See, listen, Federer already got 20, so even if Federer lost against the Djokovic in the Wimbledon this year, the Djokovic will get 13, and let's say Nadal, but see, if Nadal loses against the Djokovic is only 4 behind Nadal. So let's say the Djokovic beat Nadal in the French Open. The Djokovic got 13, Nadal got 16. See, hey, no, listen, this is easy. It will hurt Nadal the worst. If Nadal stays at 16 and the Djokovic starts winning, man, the Djokovic can be at 16 just like that. And the Djokovic got records Nadal doesn't have. So the Djokovic doesn't even have to surpass Nadal. If he get even with Nadal, even me, I would say the Djokovic is greater. Okay? Now I said it's how you word this. Now say we word it this way. Suppose we say, whose greatness will it affect the worst? Will it affect Nadal's greatness or will it affect Federer's greatness? Let's say Federer loses against the Djokovic. Okay, so Federer stays at 20. All right. And let's say Nadal loses against the Djokovic every time in majors, say 3 or 4 majors. Let's just say that happens. Okay. So Nadal stays at 16. All right. So Nadal stays at 16. And the Djokovic, he'll be at 16 quick. So what? Even in the greatness thing, those two things, career and greatness, a high level the Djokovic in the future will hurt Nadal more. Okay. Now check this out. I'm going to show you how it could hurt Federer now. Okay. Suppose we ask the question this way: whose legacy would it hurt? Okay, whose legacy? See, when you say the word legacy, that word got reputation in it. It's more than just career statistics. Y'all understand what I mean? Okay, when you hear people say, I don't want my legacy hurt, or you ever heard somebody say, they ruin my legacy? It could be in politics or anything. So legacy entails like, that word entails like your reputation. Now, let's say, I'm going to make up a scenario. Let's say that Djokovic come back at high level. He going to tear, run like 3 or 4 majors straight. Win like, say that Djokovic win like 5 majors in the net. So, he'll have 17 majors. So let's say for some reason Nadal stays at, I don't think Nadal will stay at 16. But let's say Nadal stays at 16. So the Djokovic got 17. And Nadal got 16. Experts, including myself, we already saying that Djokovic got all those super records that blow up Wikipedia. Plus, he's 1 major over Nadal. So we declare, plus he got a better head-to-head with Nadal and dominate his rivals and all that. I know that ain't the only, that doesn't really dictate whether you're great, but we just added everything up now. And so most everybody, even Nadal fans, admit, oh, the Djokovic has surpassed Nadal. Okay. Will that mess up Nadal's legacy? No, it won't. No. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I won't think bad of Nadal. I would think more of the Djokovic. Man, that the Djokovic is great. I think most people, y'all gonna get, it's gonna be different with Federer though. If the Djokovic surpassed Nadal, I think people ain't gonna put Nadal down. I don't even think Federer fans would do that. I think everybody say the Djokovic is that great. Whoa, wonder when he get Federer next. Okay, now let's say the Djokovic, after he passed Nadal, let's say Federer, he's still around 20. So the Djokovic, okay, Federer, he's getting older now. Say in 2 years, the Djokovic get like, he start working towards Federer. So the Djokovic get 20 and get equal with Federer, and then the Djokovic get 21 and leave Federer stay at 20. Okay, people, I can tell you right now, remember that thing I said about that legacy? That would hurt Federer's legacy. See, it would hurt Nadal. Because, see, Nadal got this reputation. I don't know what it, see, I think it's because I know I said, well, people will, then you probably say, well, Magic Man, wait a minute. You just said if the Djokovic surpassed Nadal, everybody, the reason why they won't criticize Nadal and they won't hurt his legacy, because people would give the Djokovic the credit for being so great. So then why wouldn't people do that? If he surpassed Federer, why would they just give the Djokovic the credit he deserves? Which that would be great if he surpassed Federer and became the GOAT. Why wouldn't they just give him the credit? Why would it hurt Federer's legacy? Well, people, listen, I'm gonna tell you why. That's a good question. They should just do that, but it ain't gonna happen that way. See, and the reason why it's gonna hurt Federer's legacy, it got to do with it got to do with a lot of things about Federer's. Even though Federer is arguably the GOAT, just think of this here. Think about what some of the doubters have said about Federer, who even if they give him the GOAT, they got doubts about it. They don't think it's clear because Federer, he didn't dominate his rivals. Both rivals got a better head-to-head with him, even though I know he beat Nadal the last 5 times. There are even people now, I'm going to cover this maybe in my next video, that Nadal is even questioning Federer skipping the French Open. We know Federer is old. He got an excuse, maybe, yeah. But still, Federer, he skipped the French. He can't, Nadal says something. He can't even play one clay match. You can't even play one tournament. And so just because you lose against Del Potro and Kokkinakis, you got to go on vacation? So you can't even play. You don't have to play every clay court. So there's this reputation building that Federer, some way, he's not this really strong-minded player. That his GOATness, that maybe his achievements and everything is greater than his strong mind. That Federer ain't this tough guy or something like that. So now listen, I'm not saying that I really believe that, but I'm just giving y'all a perception that if the Djokovic, if he surpassed Federer, it would hurt Federer's legacy. But if he surpassed Nadal, people ain't gonna say nothing about Nadal. They're just gonna give the Djokovic prompts. But if he passed Federer, the critics are gonna say, yeah, see there, and Federer really wasn't the GOAT anyway, because he didn't dominate his rivals, and we always knew that. And now we got the real GOAT. I heard people saying about the Djokovic now. I heard somebody comment say the Djokovic, we got the real GOAT is bad now. So Federer, let me just say something. The one person that Federer does not want the Djokovic, the one person that does not want the Djokovic to catch him, I know Nadal doesn't want it, but I'll say it from a legacy, reputation standpoint. Federer does not want the Djokovic to catch him and surpass him, because then everybody gonna say, man, I can tell you, it would be unfair to Federer. They gonna say things about him. They'll probably put Federer below Nadal. I guarantee you, if the Djokovic passed Federer and Federer still got 20, the experts won't do it, but the fans will do it. They'll do it. It'll do something to Federer. If Federer let the Djokovic catch him, I'm telling you, see, I was almost say ruin his reputation. I don't believe that, but I'm just saying, I'm telling you the perception people will have. But I don't think that's going to happen. I told y'all, I don't think that Djokovic will be able to catch him as far as majors. Okay, people? So that's it for that. So I think, let me get back to the question again. For the future, a high level to Djokovic, from a career standpoint, I think it'll hurt Nadal more. Because, of course, the Djokovic is only 4 majors behind. So he'll keep Nadal from going beyond 16. Okay. From a greatness standpoint, okay, if the Djokovic, if he surpassed Nadal, it'll make him greater than Nadal. So that'll hurt Nadal. I mean, it'll keep Nadal from being greater than the Djokovic. Okay, drop him a notch down. But legacy-wise, it won't hurt Nadal from a legacy standpoint. If the Djokovic equal or surpass Federer, it will hurt Federer from a legacy standpoint. It will hurt the reputation of Federer then. People be saying, oh, see there, he ain't no real GOAT. He couldn't dominate his rivals. And one of his rivals finally got the same achievements that he got, and so Federer needs to step aside, and we got the real GOAT now. That's what people be saying now. Now, I don't believe that like that. I don't believe that Djokovic will catch him probably, but I'm just saying, I'm just letting y'all know the scenarios of who it could hurt the most. Okay, people? Tennis Preacher Prophet Psychic signing off.